Jordan, very good to see you. Today, we're getting back to basics. We're talking through the three financial phases of life. Of course, there are three main financial phases: accumulation, preservation, and distribution. Each stage has different goals, risks, and opportunities. So let's start, of course, with the accumulation phase. When we are in this stage, what are our biggest goals and risks?
Well, the biggest goal is to put as much as you possibly can in investments. But a lot of the risk comes into having kind of a budget, making sure you can allocate those funds to your investments and make wise choices and make sure that much money as possible goes in the accumulation phase. Because a lot of times young people are like, oh, what stock do I pick? When should I buy this? Should I wait to the next correction and buy low and then sell high? Well, the secret isn't buy low, sell high. The secret is time in the market.
Right.
And when you're young, even if it's $50 a month or $100 a month, by jump starting your accumulation and getting that money growing, taking advantage of the 401k company matches and putting as much as you can into those accounts, that's going to be your secret to success. But obviously we can't put money in if we're spending the money on fun or other things. So we got to make sure we balance that and put as much as we possibly can consistently, disciplined, to make sure that accumulation phase skyrockets over time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Second, we have the preservation phase. When does this begin?
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they first come and see us, it's probably 5 or so years before they retire. Maybe you can go 10 years out before you retire, where it's not about how much can I make, it's how do I preserve what I have?
Right.
And you start thinking about, maybe I don't want to be as aggressive as I was in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. Maybe I still want to get competitive returns, but minimize the risk of my portfolio. And that's really where you're trying to preserve what you have, not take unnecessary risk, but really make sure that you have a balanced portfolio as you're getting closer and closer to that finish line of upcoming retirement.
Mm-hmm. And then last, we have the distribution phase, which is essentially the opposite of the accumulation phase.
It's the opposite, and the game changes because while you're growing, it really doesn't matter the sequence of returns. It doesn't matter if it's a good year or a positive year or a negative year. But when you start taking out withdrawals, if you have a few negative years in the early stages of your retirement in that distribution phase, that could really derail your retirement goals. So you need to make sure you have a plan, and the same things you did 20, 30 years ago are probably not the best things you should do for the next 20, 30 years when you start taking on distributions. So you need to have an income plan to know where the money's coming from, how you're maximizing your income, minimizing your taxes, and really have a diversified plan that focuses on the distribution phase, not just on growth.
Mm-hmm. And because that distribution phase could be very long, Jordan, how do we account for longevity risk?
Yeah, we got to plan for living a great life 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years after retirement. So we got to factor in inflation because the same things we buy today will not have the same price tag 10, 20, 30 years from now. So we got to factor in inflation, make sure we keep up with that. We got to look at longevity. What's your family history? How are you doing it from a health perspective? We got to make sure that lasts throughout your lifetime. Also, not fun to talk about, but there could be health issues. There could be long-term care. There could be other things. We have to have a plan to leverage your funds now so you're better positioned if there is a health issue in the future, so it's not going to derail your retirement goals.
Mm-hmm. Having a plan is key to making sure you don't run out of money in retirement. So, Jordan, if somebody would like to create that plan with you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, we can create a plan and create clarity and confidence for them and their financial future. They just have to make a call, 847-499-3454. We schedule maybe a 1 hour, a 15-minute call to see how we can help them on a personal basis.
Great. Jordan, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.